and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and today we are going to be fixing up the Creek Corner Fixer-Upper by Jenba-Sims. I am so excited to do this. I was so stoked whenever they said I could do it. Yeah, it's just going to be amazing. Oh, look at the dust storms over there. Sorry, you guys know I love the desert. I love Arizona. I love Nevada. And this world is just crazy. So yeah, we're in Strangerville, by the way. And we're going to be fixing up this fixer-upper. If you want to download it yourself, you can get it on the gallery under her under their name, Jenba-Sims. I'm also going to have it linked below. This is a CC free build, but yeah, you know who you're working with. I use tons of CC on this one. So basically, oh, did you see the jet? I need to pause this so that I don't get completely distracted by Strangerville because I love this town so much. Anyways, we're gonna clean everything up. We're gonna do some furnishing. We're gonna do some landscaping, and then we're gonna make it our own. I'm super excited. I'm gonna be, like I said, using custom content. But if you were I need to pause this game. Hold on. Okay. Anyways, but if you are wanting to download it and you only have a few packs, I can't recommend it because I don't know if you're going to have everything you need. It looks like Jenba-Sims has a lot of packs involved in this one. Cats and dogs, Strangerville, clearly. I know Get Together, Get to Work, City Living, Get Famous, Island Living, all of those things are installed in their game. They have all the details on their Tumblr, which I'm, like I said, going to link for you guys, so you'll be able to check that out and download it. But yeah, super duper excited to get started on this. I'm just, oh, it's gonna be so good. I practiced this the other day on oh, look at that view. Oh, this is the perfect lot for this house. It's so good. Oh, sorry guys. I'm just inspired by this build, clearly, and I'm inspired by this world because look at it. It's beautiful. Look at all of that. I'm going to look at this stuff and forget that the Sims are trying to rebrand everything. When you see this, the rebranding update thing will have already happened. But it's the day before, actually, whenever I'm doing this. So, anyways. It's so pretty. Okay, so we're going to jump in. We're going to clean it up. We're going to add some CC. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And, of course, everything will be linked so that you can go download this yourself and remodel it yourself. And, yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the actual video. I'm so excited about this. It turned out so well. It's so fun to watch this back and do the voiceover because it's such a beautiful build, and I kind of have a passion for flipping houses in real life, or not a passion for doing it because, oh yeah, there's going to be a couple notes on screen a few times because editor me, while cutting stuff down, was just like, meh, I'm going to do what I want. Anyways, but I love watching flipping houses shows. I'm sure a lot of Simmers do. And like, if I had, more money than I have, I would definitely do that. I love the town that I live in. I think it's beautiful. It's got a lot of Victorian and, not mid-century modern, because I hate mid-century modern architecture and style, but it has a lot of Victorian, Edwardian, and just like classical buildings between, I'd say probably late 1700s, probably early 1800s through 1920, probably. There's a lot of those buildings here, and then also there's a ton of 1980s stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. The house I live in was built in 2003, I think. So it's comfortable and I like it, but every time I see a house come up for sale that's Victorian or Edwardian, I'm just like, oh, they're so beautiful. And they're so cheap in my town. So the house that I live in, it's a ranch style, and it was $200,000. Whereas there will be these huge, beautiful Victorians, and like, yeah, they only have one bathroom, but they're like 5 bedrooms, and they'll be 120, 110,000 maybe. Like, there is one for sale right now that has been for sale since my husband and I purchased our house, and it was on sale for nearly $400,000 when we were looking at houses, and yeah, it's gone down to pretty close to 200,000 now, I think, is what they've dropped it to, and it's still not selling, just because it's just like the taxes on it are going to be insane in the area. And then I struggled with these darn stairs so much, as you saw in the little comment. It just, nothing looked right for some reason. Anywho, yeah, so like, I love this house so much and I would love to live in it, but it is like on a hill, and that you have to get like walk upstairs once you're up the hill to it, and it's all kind of cramped and weird. And like, I live in a subdivision where you've got plenty of space to park cars and stuff like that, and you know, you pay for convenience in my town, basically, is what it all boils down to. But there's just so many beautiful Victorian homes that need love, and this just reminds me so much of it. I know this is actually in the style that the rest of Strangerville is in, but you know, oh, also I'm recording this voiceover the next day after the first one you heard, so yeah, right now I'm staring at the little new plumb bob for The Sims, and it's making me twitchy and angry. And so I'm the angry simmer after all. I'm supposed to be angry about everything, but I feel like I'm not the only one that's angry about this rebranding. So, you know, way to go, Maxis, for doing exactly the opposite of what we've asked you to do. Not, you know, I was going to say I'm not trying to throw any shade here, but yeah, I'm going to shade the shit out of you guys real quick. So here's the thing. Nobody asked for this, nobody needed this, and other than if this like somehow magically lowers the processing speed necessary to run the game, why waste time and resources on this when there's so much more? Like, it's not reassuring anybody that you're gonna keep working on the game. None of us needed that, and none of us care, really. Like, yes, we all want The Sims 4 to continue growing and being wonderful, but let me just say, if you're gonna put out The Sims 5 soon, if that's the plan, then just do it. We don't care. We're gonna buy it anyways. Just like I said, you know, upteen times that I was not gonna switch to The Sims 4, that I hated the new style of it, that I wanted to stick with like the more modern, or not modern, but the more realistic style that it seemed like The Sims 3 was leading to. And then I bought The Sims 4, and I have every expansion pack except for that kids stuff, or the My First Pet stuff, because no. Anyways, rant over. That's just really bugging me. Like, I know it's supposed to add confidence to the community to know like they're planning to stick with this, but like, you guys announcing stuff at EA Play was fine. Like, come on guys, we're good. Just, you know, give us universities, give us that supernatural pack that you're talking about, and don't do any more of this machino kind of stuff. Like, just no, okay. Also, now it's really bugging me. Oh, good, that covered it up so it doesn't look as bad. Okay, anyways, sorry. Peacemaker made some beautiful wallpapers there, but it just, if there's not that picture there to hide that's uneven, it would drive me nuts. So, anyways, yeah. But yeah, I know I mentioned earlier that it was awesome that Jenba-Sims let me do this remodel, but it's freaking awesome. Like, I'm sorry, sometimes it's hard to get simmers to be comfortable with you using their stuff in your videos, and it's just, you know, they put a lot of hard work and time into these things, and they don't want people making money off of their work. Like, nobody likes that. So, but you know, just so you know, I don't make any money. I do have a Patreon though, so if anybody wants to help your girl out. Anyways, and a Ko-fi. Oh no, not that word. Anyways, yeah. Just thought I'd promote that a little bit because I watched the Epic Rap Battles. We have a Patreon song last night right before bed, and so as I was going to sleep, all I could hear is, we got a Patreon, and it's been stuck in my head for an entire day now, I guess. Well, actually, it won't be 24 hours until like midnight tonight, but still. Yeah. But yeah, so I just thank you so much. I'm so glad that you let me use this, and I'm not making any money off of it, which is, you know, it's fine. And it's kind of the way it should be when, you know, I'm redoing someone else's build. It's just not cool to be like that. But if you do have an agreement with someone to do that, then that's totally fine. So yeah, speaking of making money off of The Sims, so Deligracy has that new CC collection out with, I can't remember who is the other content creator that it's with, but I'm kind of here for it. Like, I knew anything that Deligracy was going to do as far as like a Max's Match sort of creation of CC would be really cool and like very graphic designer. But my first thought was actually like, did she just like create the the ad for it, I guess? Because she is like, she went to school to become a graphic designer. That's what she was educated in. So was that her part, or did she like have some, you know, some talks with the other creator and actually be part of making the content itself? I'd really like to know that. I guess I could technically, like, I don't know, jump on her Instagram page or her YouTube channel and see that. There's probably information there, but your girl has been watching way too much of other stuff, like the YouTube, or not YouTube, but the Netflix show Lucifer. I have binge watched all of it, and I started it because I saw an article that said it's the most binge watched show on Netflix, and I was like, huh, fine, you've been trying to get me to watch this forever, Netflix, I'm gonna watch it. And the first few episodes, I'm like, I don't see why people like this is ridiculous. It makes me feel bad, like, because I grew up very, very Baptist, and so it's weird and it makes me uncomfortable for the first few episodes. And then I just, by like the end of season 4, first of all, I would just like to say the show did something that shows don't typically do when they're planning to have another season. It cut off season 4 in a way that was satisfying and could comfortably be the end of the show. Like, it just worked out. I'd be fine with it. But if we get more seasons, then hooray, I love that. But yeah, I just loved the way it ended, and I got so invested in these people's lives and the story that they were telling. It made me rethink so much in what I grew up knowing through religion, and which I'm not going to get into that, but I've got definitely different views than what I had growing up and being involved in church for, 3 days a week. Anywho, so yeah, it was very satisfying to watch. So if you're looking for something like that and you're cool with watching something that the title character is literally Lucifer, then, go for it. And then of course I started watching The Last Tsar, which, because I'm obsessed with Anastasia, however, you want to say it. And just that whole story, the Rasputin stuff freaks me out, and I want to know what he had figured out to help Alexei, how that all worked. I want to know what it was. I want to, because he reportedly was super stinky, which let me start with, usually the winners are always the ones who tell the story. So all the stuff about Rasputin being stinky and never bathing and just being greasy and gross, the man apparently was the center of a sex cult. So I don't think he was actually gross, because Russian women, as far as I know, are rather picky about that sort of stuff. But it's a different time. So maybe, a stinky man was what was in, because he was, hard worker or whatever. But like I said, the victors are the ones who write the narrative. So we don't know if he was actually attractive or not and what was going on. I don't personally think that Alexandria and him were having an affair. And apparently on the show, they don't think so either. But I had to stop watching it because I'm watching it on the TV in my office, which the window is you can see directly to the TV. And they have a lot of nudity in the show for some reason. And I know that they're trying to show that Rasputin was up to some stuff and the Romanovs were truly in love with each other and blah, blah, blah. But oh my gosh, also, it's weird talking about this stuff while I'm creating such a beautiful little kid's room. I would have loved to have this as a kid. Anywho, yeah, I can't watch it because it just makes me so uncomfortable, which is funny because Lucifer makes me uncomfortable in a different situation or a different way. And there's some stuff in there that's suggestive, but I don't feel like my neighbors are going to be you're watching porn. Through with the window open, so why? Yeah, I don't feel like that, so I had to stop watching it because it was uncomfortable, to say the least. Anywho, yeah, so now that I've told you what I've been watching on Netflix, I don't remember why I started saying that. I'm weird. Anywho, I'm really hyped right now. I just had some apples and peanut butter, so I have all this energy, and I really wanted them last night before bed. But this is what happens when you have apples and peanut butter. You just get like the zoomies, like human zoomies. It's great, which that reminds me. It's been pouring raining here in Missouri for the last few days, and or for today and yesterday anyways, and I let my dogs in to the basement. Our basement has like this epoxy. It's epoxy flooring. And my female comes running in full speed, all 100 pounds of her little fluff butt, and she just eats it. Just right across that floor because her paws are wet and she's playing around, and she just and almost like head first into the wall on the other side of the basement. It was great. She turned around and looked at me like, why didn't you tell me I was slippery? And I just, pets are the best. But anyways, now that I have like talked like a crazy person for the last 20-ish minutes, we are almost to screenshots. I didn't do a fly through on this one again because I'm just not good at them, and this build really deserves a good fly through if it's gonna have one. I need to find somebody that'll do fly throughs for me or something that will do them for free, because like I said, your girl's not getting paid for this. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I had a ton of fun doing this one. Thank you, Jenba-Sims, so much, and go download this build from her. Bye!